What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Torrence, and in today's video, we are playing with ABH. I'm rocking ABH on the eyeshadow, the lashes, as well as the lips. But the star of today's video is definitely going to be the eyeshadow palette because we have here Miss Jackie Aina and ABH has gotten together last year, and I love this palette so much. When I tell you, me and all my friends truly believe this is the best palette ABH has ever come out with. And when you see these colors, you truly understand why. Like, look at this beautiful thing here. And when I tell you I loved it so much so that I went out and bought a backup. And with the backup, I depotted everything and rearranged the colors. And this is the one that I tend to use on a daily basis. And I want to give you a close-up of both palettes side by side. And the top palette is my version. I took and depotted all of the colors and rearranged them to my liking. The bottom one is the original Jackie Aina version here. And to me, it just gave me a little more understanding of the color story, and it made it easier to pick all my matte shades, which I have on top, and then just choose which shimmer shade I want afterwards. And as you can see, if I cover this side, I have all of my colorful shades with those two shades in the middle. With green being my favorite eyeshadow color, I just wanted that in the middle. And with the white gold shade being the lightest, I wanted that in the center as a highlight shade. And then when you slide over this way, you see we have our neutrals on this side. I wanted them lightest to darkest, as well as being able to use that white, gold, and green shade on this side for a neutral look. So I absolutely love this color layout. And just to get your opinion on things, I want you all to leave me a comment down below letting me know which color layout you prefer. The one that I showed you on top or the Jackie Aina from the one on the bottom. And I also finally tested out my Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit, so you all get to see right here, the glow is serious. Serious. We've already talked long enough. I want to go ahead, tie my hair up, snatch the makeup off, and get started. But before we do, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. And with no longer delay, we're going to go ahead and jump into things. I am too excited to get started with this. So I'm going to make sure I leave all tools and products in the description bar below because I want to just jump straight into things. We are going to start things off with a crease shade. My first step is going to be taking this shade Edges throughout my entire crease. Gonna press it in first and then buff it out. And now we're just going to go ahead and do the other side. And look at the pigmentation and blend on that. ABH and Jackie did not come to play. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade Supreme, and I'm going to use that as a transition shade. Because these have been extremely pigmented, I want to go in very lightly and press it against the edges first. Try to diffuse that out first before I put too much in one spot. Okay, now we're going to just use that to diffuse out the edges of our crease shade. And I might as well just go all the way up to the brow today, feeling a little dramatic. And I am so glad I went in there slowly because this is an extremely pigmented pink shade. So yeah, if you go in with Supreme, take your time because honey, she does not come up lackluster. She is there and I'm loving it. her, look at her. And before I cut my crease, I just want to go back in with that shade Edges just a tiny bit right here in the lower crease. Because I have hooded eyes, I'm just always worried about making sure my crease shades are visible. I just want to go in just a tiny bit. Okay, see, I'm more comfortable with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. For the center of my lid, I'm going to go in with this shade, my absolute favorite shade from the palette, and probably one of the prettiest colors ABH has ever made, the shade Zam. Now this shade is very sparkly. It has chunks of floating pearls or glitter in it. I wouldn't say it's glitter because they're not large enough. Floating pearls in here are absolutely amazing. And I like to just take and slowly pack this on and then just buff out the edges. But because we're doing a halo eye today, more than likely gonna stick it right here just in the center. Now that the center of my lids are covered, I'm going to go in with the first shade Edges and put that on my inner and outer corner. Now I'm just evening out the center shade by buffing out the edges. Just want to make sure they look close as possible. They don't have to be identical twins, but they got to be sisters. And now I want to take this shade Credit and use that to deepen up the inner and outer corner. Looks like we have everything we want for the top of the lids here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is cut off camera. I'm going to finish my face, and when we come back, I'll show you how we'll finish off the lower lash line and the lips. Back at it and feeling glowy, honey. I finally used my Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit. I'm going to leave the video linked right here above for all the products that I had in my collection that I had never used, but they were really popular on YouTube. I finally used it, and today I went in with this shade here, Glow Getter. It, as you can see, is a high shine sparkle, honey. Like, there is micro glitter in these highlighters, but I absolutely am loving it. As you can see, like, boom, bam. And now that you can see that glow there, we want to go ahead and finish off our eyes and lips. Just because I want to be extra, I'm going to go in with this shade here, Credit, on my lower lash line in a pencil brush. And we're just going to smoke out that really quick. I'm going to start off on the outer half and see if I want to bring it into the inner half. We can lightly do it. Go ahead. I'm going to drag it all the way across, but I do want it darker on the outer half than I do on the inner half. So just place most product here, and once you notice your brush starting to get a little light on color, then you want to buff it all the way over. I'm going to take this last shade here, Trust Issues, and use that as my inner corner and brow bone highlight. Look at that high shine, honey. None here. Huge amount of shine there. This is all we're going to be doing for the eyes right now, and I'm absolutely loving this mascara here. I wasn't sure if I was going to because I'm testing out the ABH Lash Brow Volumizing Mascara. I received a sample of it, so I decided I'll try this out before I get the full size, and honestly, this is a winner too. Like, it just seems like ABH doesn't do it wrong. I don't know what's going on, but we not mad that we having a beautiful makeup day. And since we're already on ABH, we're going to finish off the lips with another sample that we have. We have the matte lipstick in the shade Kiss here. I bought this in, I believe, a 4-piece set, and I still haven't run out of this miniature, so there's no need to purchase the full size. But I want to go ahead and fill my lips in first, and based upon the color we get, it'll decide what liner I want to use. And because this lipstick is a tiny bit lighter than what I feel comfortable with, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of liner. I'm going to go in with my Straight Living liner by the Lip Bar. Now I'm going to top off my lips with a little Fenty Glow by Fenty Beauty. Just want to press that in the center of the lips. Coconut Fix Plus. All nighter so we can last all day. Cheap Fan, Expensive Breeze, Good Times. Gonna go ahead, let this continue to dry, and I'll be back to show you all the final look. And this is the final look. I'm going to go ahead and give you all a full face view of everything before I tell you all my final thoughts. And I don't think there's any surprise that I absolutely loved everything and was completely shocked. First and foremost, the Jackie Aina palette. Come on, the best palette they've ever released. Although the Makeup by Mario is probably my most sentimental just because of the memories attached to it. When I just think of color story, pigmentation, packaging, like, come on now. Jackie did that. You have to give her credit. Also, happy to finally have tried this out. I got it and it just sat on the shelf because I have so many highlighters. I just, you just tend to forget sometimes. But I absolutely love it. Personally, I wish that there were a slightly more emollient formula where this could actually adhere a little more of those sparkles, because I'm a very big fan of duochrome. So to me, this could have given a more duochrome effect. And my two favorite shades is this top one here, Glow Getter, and this one here, Forever Young. Next from ABH, the Kiss lipsticks. I've always liked them, but once again, as I said, it takes a long time to run through a lipstick, so I still have this sample from, I believe, last holiday. So there's no need to repurchase it. Color here, stunning. I did put a little gloss in the center, but there isn't any on the edges, just to make sure I can see the wear time on the lipstick. And this little mascara, although she's a sample, let me show you something. You see the shape of that wand there? It has sort of like an hourglass shape to it. I love this wand. For some reason, on the Too Faced mascara, I just didn't like it. I don't know why. I just felt as if I couldn't get close enough to my bottom lashes to get everything covered. With this one, it was no problem. And I like how it's just enough to accentuate my lashes, but it's not so much that it looks thick or it looks lengthening. This could honestly be probably the most natural mascara that I have. So when I run out of this, I will be getting a full size. Is there anything else? Looks like I have everything covered. So I hope you all truly enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did. Also, leave me a comment down below letting me know if you preferred my layout for the palette or the ABH and Jackie Aina's version of the layout. And with that being said, continue to practice. Remember to stay blessed. And until next time, bye YouTube.